I thought about, I'm like, yeah, one day I'm gonna marry Deiondra, but I didn't know that I was gonna do this soon, like
Right.
propose and stuff. Like I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. You feel me? I'm like, but my mama like, all right. So she like, shit.
Not Deiondra Sanders out here exposing Jacquees' new relationship and dragging his mama into the mess. Now, we all know Jacquees has been a full-time mama's boy for years, and the talk has always been that she runs the show when it comes to his love life. Word on the streets is his mom has been dead set on getting him back with Dreezy, even though Deiondra was carrying his baby. And now, it looks like she tried to pull the same stunt with Dej Loaf, all in the name of finding the perfect woman for her precious son. But Deiondra, she's not about to sit back and let it slide. She's calling it all out. So, let's break this down. Jacquees and Deiondra were engaged, had a whole son together, and were supposed to be locked in. But last week, Deiondra snapped. And depending on who you ask, she might have gone a little too far. But here's where things get messy. Jacquees just dropped Dej Loaf on his new track, Call F, in a friend zone. And if you remember, these two had a whole mixtape a few years back called FA Friend Zone. So what's really going on? And just like that, we've got part 2 of this mess. And Deiondra is not holding back.
I thought about, I'm like, yeah, one day I'm gonna marry Deiondra, but I didn't know that I was gonna do this soon, like
Right.
propose and stuff. Like I called my mama like, hey, I think I'm gonna marry Deiondra. You feel me? I'm like, but my mama like, all right. So she like, shit.
She's been feeling jealous and frustrated about the way Jacquees and Dej Loaf have been presenting themselves to the world. And honestly, it's giving very much, are y'all actually together, or is this just a marketing stunt? She's been side-eyeing the whole thing, and it's clear she's not here for the games. So when it came time to shoot a music video for one of the songs, Dej made it very clear. She did not want Deiondra anywhere near that set. And the reason? The energy Deiondra has been bringing. That was the breaking point. That's when everything exploded. Now, Deiondra was not about to take that kind of disrespect and just sit on it. Nope. She took to social media and let everyone know exactly how she felt. And baby, she aired it out. People got fake relationships just to sell albums. Stop asking me why I'm not around. I'm not allowed to be around them. Because Dej would feel uncomfortable if Jacquees' fiancé is there. All right, y'all got it. Y'all won. I hope this little album y'all pushing is the biggest one you ever dropped. And whew, if you thought that was the end of it, think again. Because you know Jacquees' mom, Miss Rosie, wasn't about to let that go unchecked. She hopped on IG stories herself and came straight for Deiondra's neck. She dragged her, calling her a dummy for putting the business out there and exposing that Jacquees and Dej were allegedly faking their whole relationship just to sell records.
Agreeing to that. I'm sorry.
But technically it can be right.
But that's not gonna happen.
Let's be real for a second. This whole Jacquees and Dej Loaf relationship, ain't no way that's real. I bet money it's all for show. And you know who else is stirring the pot? Miss Rosie. Because instead of staying quiet, she decided to throw some extra shade with a so-called thank you note. She sent a message to Deiondra Sanders, Deiondra's dad, saying how much she appreciated him for having Jacquees on his show. Now, was it a genuine thank you, or was she just being petty? Either way, Deiondra wasted no time clapping back.
That whole relationship with Jacquees and Dej Loaf, that is not real. I bet you that is not real.
Oh, you're welcome for having your son on my daddy's show. They respected him and welcomed him with class. Unlike y'all. Y'all picked the right one today. And listen, at this point, sis was heated. Those hormones had her on go mode. But wait, it gets messier. Because Deiondra didn't just stop there. Nope. She took it all the way up and accused Miss Rosie of stealing from Jacquees. Miss Rosie better stop playing with me. Nobody's off limits now. Go be with your husband and keep stealing and hiding your son's money. Oh, she said that. But after all that back and forth, Miss Rosie was done playing nice. And let's not forget, there is nothing stronger than a mama's boy's love for his mama. You know Jacquees wasn't about to let anyone come for his mother. So what did he do? He sent Deiondra packing just like that. Jacquees has officially called off the engagement, and now Deiondra is back at her mama's house, trying to piece everything together. And let's just keep it all the way real. This whole situation went south because Deiondra just could not keep her peace. That mouth was going and going, and now she's out of the picture. But let's not act like we don't see the real issue here. The real moment that sent this whole thing over the edge wasn't just Deiondra's social media rants. The real turning point, when she straight up accused Miss Rosie of stealing Jacquees' money.
It's your gift, mama. It's your wedding gift. It's your wedding gift, bro. You gotta own it.
And if there's one thing a mama's boy will never do, it's question his mama. Flaws. What flaws? Now, let's be honest for a millisecond. A lot of people think Deiondra was dead wrong for how she handled this whole thing. But at the same time, not everybody is against her. Some people are actually defending her reaction. And when you really think about it, they might actually have a point. One user on social media summed it up perfectly. This girl just had his baby. Do y'all even understand the kind of emotions that come with that? And now, her soon-to-be husband is out here looking like he's all booed up with another woman. I don't even care if it's real or not. Everywhere she looks, people are hyping them up, talking about how good they look together and saying they should be together. She's human. She's a woman. A new mom. Of course she's gonna feel some type of way. I just hope everything works out for her. And honestly, I can't even argue with that. Because this situation, it just had a little too much. And let's really talk about it. Deiondra was supposed to be marrying this man, and now he's out here, fake or not, giving full-on relationship vibes with another woman. That's gotta sting. Now, I know some people are wondering, why is Deiondra even tripping over Dej Loaf? Because let's be real, hasn't Dej been rumored for years to be dating exclusively women? One user even commented, wait, doesn't Dej date girls? I'm confused on why Deiondra's even upset about this. And listen, they're not wrong, because Dej herself has hinted more than once that she prefers women. So now, this whole relationship, looking like a PR stunt just to push album sales, it's starting to look real funny in the light. But here's the thing. Dej Loaf hasn't just been linked to Jacquees. Oh no! Sis has a history of getting real cozy with male artists. And let's not act like we forgot about her situation with Lil Durk. Because back in the day, Dej and Lil Durk had everybody convinced they were a thing. They were dropping tracks, appearing all lovey-dovey, and sparking all kinds of dating rumors. Now, Durk always played it cool and claimed they were just homies. But let's keep it real. Durk spent a lot of time writing about her like she was more than just a friend. So yeah, people weren't buying it. One fan even said, I think she's bi. Unless her and Durk were fake too, and Durk just wasted studio time writing a whole song about her. And listen, that's a valid question. But before we even get too deep into Dej Loaf's past relationships, we need to talk about Jacquees. Because the real issue here, he cannot make a single personal decision without running straight to his mama. Y'all, before he even thought about proposing to Deiondra, guess who had to approve first? Mama Rosie! Of course he went and asked his mama's permission before popping the question. And let's be honest, why is that even happening? This is supposed to be a grown man we're talking about. Taking advice from your mom? Fine. But needing approval like a little boy? That's a whole other story. And it gets even wilder. Because Mama Rosie didn't just say, if you love her, go for it. Oh no, she had conditions. She made Jacquees hit Deiondra with a full-on interview process, asking about her short-term goals, long-term goals, and checking off a whole list of qualifications, like she was hiring an employee instead of welcoming a daughter-in-law. And do you know what finally made Mama Rosie give her stamp of approval? Not love, not loyalty, not compatibility. Nope. It was because Deiondra organized a tour bus one time. I kid you not. She cleaned up a little, handled some tidying, and just like that, Mama Rosie was like, yep, that's the one. Make it make sense. But here's where the plot thickens, because people were quick to point out that the only reason Jacquees even proposed to Deiondra in the first place was because he got caught still sending thirsty texts to his ex, Dreezy. And guess who knew about it? Mama Rosie. Now, let's break it all the way down. Dreezy and Jacquees had a messy history. They first broke up in late 2019, got back together early 2020, and then officially called it quits in 2023. And during all that, Deiondra was pregnant with Jacquees' child. That's when things really unraveled. Deiondra must have seen something she didn't like because she immediately started subtweeting Dreezy. And baby, she came in hot. She tweeted, "Why would he switch out a dime for a penny?" And just when people thought she was done, she followed up with a dagger. "Obsessed, but you still sending underwear with your face on it to the crib." But Dreezy, she was not about to sit there and let that slide. Sis came back with the ultimate receipts. You know she wasn't going to stay quiet. She hit back with a 1-2 combo that had everybody's jaws on the floor. "Obsessed? Y'all got a baby on the way, but this man's still begging to get me pregnant because he barely even fuss with you, bird brain. The fuck? I turn your man down every single day for you, and this is the thanks I get around here." Star. And woo! If that wasn't a mic drop moment, I don't know what is. And if that wasn't enough, Jacquees had the nerve to throw in laughing emojis just to add salt to the wound. Like, was Dreezy even phased? At this point, she had receipts to back it all up. And let's be clear, these weren't just some flirty little texts. Jacquees wasn't just checking in. This man was out here straight up begging for another chance. And it didn't stop there, because he was also out here trying to get Dreezy pregnant. One of the alleged texts, straight up wild. "Don't be a dummy, just let me get you pregnant too." And Dreezy, she shut that down quick. Never goofy. But Jacquees kept pushing. Might as well. And if that wasn't bad enough, Dreezy dropped the final blow. She posted a screenshot of the text with the caption, "This your baby daddy?" And in those messages, Jacquees was out here just trashing Deiondra, allegedly saying, "I don't want her, I want you, Dreezy." After that bombshell, Deiondra took to X and let her heart spill out. She poured every bit of her pain into those tweets. "I'm just so heartbroken. I don't think I've ever felt like this before. But it is what it is." And then she kept going, revealing just how deep this cut went. "I prayed for God to show me. I know we shouldn't question God, but sometimes I just wonder, why even let me love this hard if you knew?" And then came the gut-wrencher. "I just feel so stupid and so dumb. Just a random journal entry." At this point, this relationship was in shambles. The receipts were out there. And Jacquees' mama, fully exposed for all her meddling. And let's be real, aside from one person in that Sanders family chasing clout, we can't forget who Deiondra really is. She's Deion Sanders' daughter. And this was far from over. Now Jacquees' mama had another reason for pushing this marriage, and this one had her spiraling. Turns out Deiondra made it very clear that since she and Jacquees aren't married, their little one would be carrying her last name, not his. And y'all already know that sent Mama Rosie into a full meltdown. And let's be real, the Sanders name is already football royalty. So for Jacquees' mom, this wasn't just some small decision. She saw it as a power move that she just wasn't ready for. That baby not carrying her son's last name, unacceptable in her eyes. And to make things even messier, some people are actually out here blaming Deion Sanders for this whole mess. One user did not hold back, saying, "Don't be mad at her. Be mad at her father. If he actually cared about her, he would have spoken self-confidence into her and put her up on game. Then she would have never even looked at that UGG mug." And listen, a lot of people agree. They're saying if Coach Prime had really set the standard for Deiondra, if he had hyped her up to know her worth, she wouldn't have been settling for Jacquees' toxic mama and her weird family dynamics. Because let's be clear, it's not just Mama Rosie pulling the strings behind the scenes. This whole family got some serious control issues. And just when you thought this couldn't get any messier, Jacquees' sister Miracle has officially entered the chat. And guess what? She's just as toxic. Word on the streets is Miracle even tried to throw hands with Deiondra. And let's just say, things got real heated. And when the details finally came out, woo! Somebody spilled it all. Sharkitha's sister tried to beat up Sanders. You ran to the back and he cursed you out. You're like a roach that just won't leave that family alone, sis. But Deiondra, she was ready. She clapped back in a now-deleted tweet and let it be known. And let's talk about how once my daddy's security came in, all of a sudden y'all got real quiet. Sis was shaking, couldn't even be in the same room as me. I bet a 3-0 phone know not to play with me now. Oh, she said that! Deiondra made it very clear. When Coach Prime's security team pulled up, the whole energy shifted. And it wasn't her that was scared, but Miracle? Instead of addressing the accusations head-on, she decided to drop some cryptic shade on her Instagram story. She posted, "No weapon formed against me or my family will prosper. Not in this life or the next." Now hold up, are we talking actual family protection here? Or is this just about your brother's messy relationship? Because honestly, it's giving deflection. At this point, Jacquees' entire family is fully invested in his love life, and it's getting completely out of control. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Do you think Jacquees' mama is just too much? Is she way too involved in his love life, or is she just being a protective mother? And what about Deiondra? Was her reaction justified, or did she take things way too far? And let's not forget Dej Loaf. Is she really caught up in this mess, or is this just one big publicity stunt to push a project? Because at this point, I need answers. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear every take on this wild situation. And before you go, smash that like button. Don't you dare forget to subscribe for more juicy celeb drama. Share this with your friends, and I'll see y'all in the next one.